Hello students, welcome to the class. Today we will start with the chapter The Food We Eat. So in this chapter what will you learn? That the tongue that is present in our mouth helps us to taste the food. We will also understand about the need of the balanced diet and about the different deficiency disorders that can occur when there is absence of any nutrient in your diet. We will also understand about food chain and its importance. Okay, so let's see what is there in the chapter. When you eat something which is your favorite, like someone's favorite is ice cream, someone's favorite is chocolate cake, someone's favorite is chicken, different types of chicken dishes. So you all have different favorite foods, right? So when you see your favorite food which is being cooked or which has been ready to eat, then what happens? Your mouth starts watering because what? Because you love that food. So your mouth starts watering. Why your mouth starts watering? Because mouth secretes what? Inside the mouth there is saliva. So your mind starts an imagination that you are eating this delicious food that you love the most. And it releases what? Saliva. And what is the function of saliva? Why the saliva is secreted? To digest the food that you want to eat, that you are eating. For that the mouth is full of saliva, so that the food that you eat is digested. Okay. So whenever we get the view of any food or smell of any food, our mouth waters if that food is our favorite, because of the memory that is present inside the brain that tells that yes, this is my favorite food, and automatically the saliva is secreted. Okay. Now the very first point is digestion begins in the mouth. As you all know that when we eat the food, it is in a bigger size, like I am talking about egg. If I am talking about egg is a bigger size food material. When we take it, we chew, and then the breaking down of food starts, so that the body can use. If you just simply swallow the whole egg, the body cannot use this. What are the things that are present in the egg that will not be used by the body? So digestion process helps in breaking down the food into still smaller particles and into such materials which the body can use. So this is digestion, the breaking down of food into certain materials that can be used by the body. Who will use? The body, right? So digestion begins by the sight of the food, by smell of the food, okay? Because so many things will be released inside our digestive system that helps in our digestion. So when we smell the food, when we get the view of that food, how it is made, if it is nicely presented, then we love that food. So our mouth starts salivating and producing saliva. Okay, saliva contains enzymes. These are the chemicals that are present inside the body that helps in breaking down the food into still smaller particles. Okay, so saliva has what? Enzymes that will help in digesting the food, help in breaking down the food, so that our body can utilize each and every part of the food. So inside the mouth, what happens? What are the things that are present inside the mouth? Teeth and tongue, and there is secretion of saliva also. So when you take in the food through your mouth, okay, we use our hands to take in the food, and where we put the food? We put the food inside our mouth. So inside the mouth, where it is there? Teeth. So teeth will start to chew the food, and the food is broken down into tiny particles. See, the more you chew, the more amount of food is reduced into tiny particles, and that will be easier for the body to digest and utilize. Okay, so chewing is very important part of our body's mechanism of digestion. So chewing starts with the help of the teeth, and then with the help of the saliva that is secreted inside the mouth, the food is changed into soft mushy pulp. That means when you chew, suppose you are chewing an egg or a potato, you are chewing and it is changed into a soft pulp, soft food pulp. Okay, so this is done by the help of the saliva also. You are chewing the hard particles, it's becoming tiny particles. Then with the help of the saliva, this is becoming very, very soft. Think about chewing an egg or a potato or any vegetable. What happens? The whole egg you cannot swallow. You have to reduce it into particles, and then with the help of saliva, the particles are reduced into mushy pulp. Okay, so this is the function of the teeth and saliva. But what about the tongue? All of you have a tongue. You know, this is a tongue which helps us to taste the food and also helps us to speak. So here we will talk about the taste. Okay, so tongue helps in tasting. They gives us a sense of taste. This is a sense organ that gives the taste of sense. And if you can see the tongue, there are small bumps. Okay, so this small bumps means there are some growths you can see on the tongue, which are called what? Papilla. And this papilla contain what? Taste buds. What are these taste buds for? These taste buds are for tasting sweet, bitter, sour and salty food. So whenever you take sweet food items, then the taste buds will feel that this is sweet. Otherwise, how will you know? The taste buds feel that this is sweet and sends the information to the brain, and then brain decides what taste is it. So taste buds helps in receiving the taste, but the information has to go where? Information has to go to the brain, and then the brain will interpret what taste is there in the food, either it is sweet or bitter or sour or salty. Understood? So the mouth takes in the food, and with the help of the teeth and saliva, it is changed into the soft mushy pulp. And tongue help in tasting. How? It contains what? Bumps. Tongue contains what? Bumps. And these bumps are called what? Papillae. Papillae contains what? Taste buds for tasting the food. But the messages will go to the brain, which decide the taste. Okay. Next part is the importance of glucose in our body. So as you know, the food gives us what? Energy. Why food gives us energy? So that we can do our work properly. Okay, so whenever we are doing some work, we need energy, and who will give us this energy? Food will give us this energy. And sometimes, you know, we feel very, very tired. Excess of water is lost from the body, we feel very ill, then we are given what? Glucose drip. Like, you know, we are talking, you talk about we are given saline. No, this is what? Glucose drip. This is called a drip. We don't talk about saline, but many people tell that we are on saline. So this we will not tell now, you have to tell drip. So if the person is dehydrated, excess water is lost from the body, then the person will be given, to recover of course, glucose drip. And after getting that drip, the person recovers very quickly, because glucose helps to regain that energy that is already lost. So it's the simplest kind of food that gives us what? Energy, and it is absorbed very quickly in our body. Okay, so if you have not eaten for very long, there is no food in our body for very long, so then we can take glucose water to give our body that instant energy that we need. Okay, so glucose is the simplest kind of food that gives us what? Energy. Immediately if you take a glucose drink, then you will get activated, you will get a lot of energy from that drink because glucose is easily absorbed in the body. This is the simplest kind of food. Now we will talk about balanced diet. This is the very important part of the discussion because most of us don't eat the right kind of food at the right time. So what do food give us? Food gives us what? Energy and help us to do our work. This gives us the ability to do the work. If you don't take food in proper amount, then you will not have that energy and you will have to suffer. So food gives us energy, helps us to do our work, helps us to grow and repair of the body cells. Sometimes the cells are damaged, so repairing has to be done. So for that we need what? Food. Okay, so what are the functions of the food? Food gives us energy, food gives us the activity, the ability to do work. Food helps us to grow and food helps in the repairing of the cells. So we need what? We need a balanced diet for maintaining the health of our body. If we will not take the balanced diet, then we will be unhealthy. Okay, so what do you mean by balanced diet? That means you have to eat all types of food. All types of foods means vitamins, minerals, carbohydrate, protein, fiber, fats, iron, like this. Okay, so these all the names that are written here, vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, proteins, fiber, fats, these all are nutrients. So there are the nutrients that are present in the food that has to be taken by us in right amount so that we can grow stronger and sharper. Okay, so every one of you will eat a balanced diet that you promise to yourself, which will include every item, including vegetables, which you hate a lot. So because vegetables contains a lot of vitamins and minerals, so and fiber also, so you have to take vitamins, minerals, carbohydrate, proteins, fiber, fats in right amount. Okay, so as you can see, you have to take cereals, vegetables, fruits in plenty of amounts. The amount should be plenty, lot of. Okay, cereals like rice, like oats, like dalia, this type of meal you have to take with vegetables, fruits like this. You have to take a lot of pulses, grains. Okay, then you have to take milk in right quantities. Milk and milk products in right quantities means it's not to be plenty, but it should be in proper amount. And fats also to be taken in a little amount. Don't take too much fat and sit on a sofa and relax, then you will become a fatty person. Instead, you have to take fat for the proper overall growth of the brain and the body. So little amount of fat is necessary, like butter and ghee. Once you should take in a day, 1 teaspoon, so that the brain develops properly and also the requirement of fat is fulfilled. So whatever oil and butter and ghee we are taking throughout the day is sufficient, and don't go more than that amount. A little amount of fat is okay and is a must in our diet so that we can be healthy. Okay, what are the food items that are to be present in our diet every day? See, cereals, fruits, vegetables, milk and milk products, and little amount of fat, with some junk foods which should not be taken daily but sometimes. Okay, we should not eat junk food every day, or it should not be included in our balanced diet because they are very low in nutritional value. They have very less nutritional value. They are high in fats. There are no minerals or vitamins or fibers, so they are very, very unhealthy. So sometimes you can take, sometimes you can indulge in having a burger or a chips or soft drinks, okay, or pizza. But if you include it in your everyday meal, then that will be very bad for your health because they are of less nutritional value. They don't have any nutrients in them. So sometimes for the change of the taste you can take, but not regularly. Better to avoid the junk food because they are high in fats, which is very, very harmful for our body. Okay, so Now we will discuss about some of the food groups and what type of nutrients the food groups contain and their importance in a table form. So as you can see here, food group is cereals like bread, grain. It contains what? Carbohydrates, iron, vitamin B, fiber. What it will give? Energy and helps in building the blood, help in formation of blood. Then fruits and vegetables contains what? Vitamin A and C, which is good for our eyesight, skin, teeth, helps us to stay healthy, and they help us to fight infections also. Meat, fish, chicken, eggs, these are also food group. What they have? Obviously meat, fish, chicken, eggs give us protein, iron, vitamin B and some amount of fat. So these are bodybuilding foods. They helps to build the body and also gives the body the capacity to form the blood, helps in the building of muscles and tissue. Dairy products, you have to see that the nutrients that are present in dairy products, milk products, calcium, protein, fats, gives energy, builds bones, repairs muscles and tissue. So dairy products are also essential in our diet. Oil and sugar contains what? Fats, and this helps to fight infection and gives us energy. Some fats are necessary for the body, that helps in fighting the infection also, okay, and it also helps in growth of our brain. The brain cells also grow with the help of some good fats, not the bad one, the good fats, okay. So and also the sugar that you take gives us what? Energy. So if in our diet some of the nutrients are missing, some of the food are missing in our diet, in the balanced diet, the nutrients are not there, then the body will suffer from deficiency disorders. See, the term deficiency means there is a lack of some nutrients in the diet that we are taking. So this will cause what? Deficiency disorders. That means the diseases will be developed due to lack of some of the nutrients. This is also called what? Malnutrition. Because balanced diet is important for our growth and development. So one nutrient less and we are suffering from what? Deficiency disorders. These are also called what? Malnutrition. Okay. So the lack of vitamins, minerals, fats, whatever, any part of the balanced diet, if it is not there, then we will suffer from what? Malnutrition. This is also called what? Deficiency disorders. We'll talk about the deficiency disorder by following the table. See here, these are the deficiency disorders in a tabular form. Night blindness is caused by deficiency of vitamin A. Foods to be taken. What are the foods you have to take to prevent this night blindness? Like, carrots, vegetables, liver, dairy products, fish, milk, papaya, eggs. Berry is caused by vitamin B. So this you can get from cereals, eggs, milk, fish, and obviously green vegetables everyone should take. Scurvy, this is caused by the lack of vitamin C. If in your diet there is very less vitamin C, then you can suffer from scurvy. So you have to take orange, lemon, tomato, citrus fruits, green vegetables. Like the citrus fruits is those that gives us juices like orange, okay. This type of fruits containing vitamin C are called what? Citrus fruits. Rickets, vitamin D. So we need a lot of sunshine, milk, butter, eggs will give lot of vitamin D. Kwashiorkor, this is due to the lack of proteins in your diet. Eggs, milk, fish, pulses, soya will give you the required quantity of protein so that you will not suffer from kwashiorkor. This is a protein deficiency disease. Also marasmus, eggs, meat, pulses, milk, soya, this is also deficiency of protein and carbohydrates, okay. Anemia is a deficiency of iron. When your body cannot form blood, then it's called what? Anemia. This lack of iron in the blood. This lack of hemoglobin. One component that is present in the blood is called hemoglobin, which is made by using the iron. So that person will suffer from what? Anemia. So you have to take green vegetables, banana, spinach, guava, like this items that contains a lot of iron. Then goiter is due to the deficiency of iodine. So you can see most of the salt have the heading like iodized salt, because in the salt some amount of iodine should be present. That little amount is enough for the body, so that the body will not suffer from this disease which is called the goiter. So seafood also, eggs and yogurt also will contain little amount of iodine to prevent us, to protect us from the disease called goiter. Okay, so as you can see from these tables that lot of deficiency diseases can be caused due to the lack of different types of nutrients in our diet. So our diet should also always contain the nutrients in a proper amount.